What's up, fam? Oh shit. Do you hate your job? Be honest, like straight up ask yourself this question. Do you detest the place where you work? The place that is your life, pretty much, because when you grow up, you realize that, hey, this job is the thing that I'm gonna be doing most of my time. 9 to 5. After that, 5 to 10, either work on the dream or relax, right? And I'm not talking about being discontent with your job, because, there is a line where it's like, okay, I'm happy with my job. I could be doing something that I enjoy more, but it's paying my bills. Like, this is fine. I have time for my hobby. I have money for my hobby. My bills are getting paid. My family is fine. That situation is fine. But I'm talking about when you completely hate the place that you're in. So I've had so many jobs, dude. Mostly fast food jobs, cleaning nasty toilet shit, being a cashier, like straight up, the fun jobs, right? That every teenager is just so excited to get. And when I worked at these jobs at 16, 17 years old, I saw people that had been there for like a long ass time, like old people. And you're like, man, how long has this person been here? Like, what else do they have going on? Like, how do I prevent myself from being here 20 years later at KFC or some bullshit, right? The first thing you need to drill to your brain is that you have to get the fuck up out of that bitch, okay? You need to drill that into your brain. Goal number 1, get the fuck up out of this place, okay? Because if you stay content and you stay, okay, this is fine, years will pass by, you will be miserable and this will be your life. I know sometimes I go a little hard on pursuing your dream, and I'm not saying that people that do not pursue their dream settle, right? I'm not saying that if you didn't accomplish something artistically that you didn't make it in life. No, absolutely not. Because it's a hobby that you're trying to do for a living, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to turn my hobby into my livinghood. And that is not for everybody. That life is not for everybody. That also doesn't mean that if you didn't do this and you're an artist, that you failed. That's what I'm trying to get across, because sometimes I feel like maybe I come off a little too aggressive, like follow your dream. But that's because I have to speak to myself that way. If not, I'm going to go end up in a bullshit job that I don't want. I'm not saying that every job is a bullshit job if it's not art. It's just not what I want to do. So one of the most important things to do when you're trying to get out of a shitty situation is not to revolve yourself around people that are already like sunk into that, right? So ideally, I was not hanging out with like the 40-year-old people at KFC, right? Or anyone that didn't have any master plan. You always have to figure out, what is someone's master plan? It's okay if they don't know what that is. Not everybody is like as clear about it as artists are. And at first it seems kind of like a curse to be an artist, because you're like, oh my God, I'm an artist, I can't do anything with this, right? But in reality, like now as an adult, I see so many people lost and with no idea what the hell they want to do with their life, and like old ass adults, still like have found their purpose. And I'm not saying music is my purpose, but I feel like, I'm on my way to find my purpose. It doesn't matter if I don't know exactly what it is that I want to do. I'm working towards a goal, right? It's music, it's art, it's videos, whatever it is, like that's the trajectory that I'm going on. So you need to find what that trajectory is for you. It might seem like a dream at first, but that's okay because we all have to think, right? Might as well think big. Now, I'm not saying go quit your job right now, okay? Don't take that from this video. Is this shit assumed? Like I said, I have worked countless fast food jobs. My last job was as a cashier for this one place, and man, I saw everyone there being miserable like every single day. It was probably the worst, but also the most comfortable. So that's the problem, that it wasn't bad enough to like make me like want to get the fuck up out of there. But I was completely miserable because everyone around me was miserable, and it was just like going in there was like soul draining. And you don't want that when you're in a small place, like those mom and pop type shops where everything is just like super personal. You got your boss texting you and shit. Your boss should not be texting you, okay? Number 1, do not cross that barrier. Like, no, my phone does not receive text. I'm sorry. I do not, do not reply to a text from a boss. I'm sorry. Also, no emails after 5 o'clock, okay? These are like rules that you have to set for yourself. If not, people are gonna walk all over your life and your time. Also, the importance of not taking that bullshit home, like leaving your fights with your coworkers and all that, and your managers and all that bullshit, leaving that there and coming back to it the next day, right? But drill it in your brain. This is temporary, okay? This is what I had to do when I was homeless for 4 years, by the way. I lived in a hotel for 4 years, and every freaking day I'm like, this is temporary, you know, even though it did not seem like it at the time. And I did the same exact thing. I avoided bad company, you know, like I don't want to speak to these people that have been here for this long and like have nothing, like have no plan to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Surround yourself with people that are ready to get the fuck up out of wherever you are and that have bigger plans and that aren't just complaining, like just negative Nancy's. I don't have many friends, and I would rather have no friends than bad company. So I've had to cut a lot of people throughout my life. I had to cut them off because they were just like leeches and draining my energy, most importantly, my energy. So you need to be very careful with that because that transfers over to your whole life. And if you're spending your time with coworkers that are in the same boat, some are content, some like see themselves being there. And the sad thing is that they don't, you know, people don't think that they're going to be in the same place 10 years later, 15 years later. But man, I'd be going through a drive-through sometimes and seeing the same exact people, and I'm like, damn, y'all have not done shit for your life. Like, you still look miserable as fuck, and you're still here. So do you want to be that person? No. Do you want to be at a fucking Wendy's mopping? No. Do you know how much toilet shit I have cleaned that is not my fucking toilet? Too much, alright? And I'm not trying to go back to that life. So, you know, this is why I'm out here. It's cold right now, but it's the only time I get to wear my Pokemon jacket. So, also rocking the Majins, because, you know, we live this life, bro. Gotta represent what we believe in. So, yeah, man. If you're in a shitty job, man, I'm telling you, I was there for years. And the scariest thing that you will ever do is leave that job. Again, I'm not saying, okay, Jade said go quit my job. No, fucking save up your money, stop buying bullshit, save up your money and drill it into your brain that you need to get the fuck up out of there, okay? Because you're miserable and life is too short. It really hit me when COVID happened because you saw all these people dying and you're like, yo, everybody's dying and I'm here in this shitty job that I don't want, you know? And I had a decent job when COVID happened. Like, I was working 9 to 5. It was like my real first grown-up job, right? I had just graduated college, and you know, this is it. I made it, right? You finally finished college so you can get to work and pay off this fucking debt. The most messed up part was that I actually got student loans being homeless. Like, they did not approve me for financial aid. So I'm like 50K in debt for student loans that I got while being homeless. So, you know, the system, like, it's just all messed up, bro. I know everybody's like, go to school. Unless you're trying to be like a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, something that's like, you need this degree for this. Yo, you just gotta grind it out. Just grind it out. Don't get in more debt for like a maybe, you know what I'm saying? If you work hard enough, you can accomplish whatever the hell you want. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. When someone like puts fear in you and doubt in you, it's because they have those feelings themselves. When someone tells you that, you know, your dreams are absolutely insane, it's because they can't fathom themselves. Like, they can't see themselves in that position. So why would they believe in you? If they can't even believe in themselves, how are they going to believe in you? You know? So I've learned to not let negative Nancy's like affect me. Even people around me, even when they don't try to be, you know, because I don't think that people on purpose like throw your dreams down or tell you, you know, this is the best you can do. Like, nah. Maybe it's the best you can do, but, you know, peace. Like, I do not need that energy around me. I know we're meant for greater things. And even if I'm here just motivating you and this is my purpose, like to get you to, you know, get it together and take responsibility for your life, because that's what it really comes down to, being responsible for your life. And I know it sounds like a little crazy to think about it that way, because you're like, well, if you're responsible, shouldn't you stay at a job and feed your family? Well, do you want to be miserable for your family? Do you want to be miserable for the rest of your life? No matter how much money you're making, it's not going to amount to happiness. That's why rich people commit suicide all the time, because it's never enough. You know, like, money is never enough. It does not suffice. There's a quote by Epictetus that says, if material things would have satisfied you, you would have been satisfied long ago. And I'm like, damn, yeah, that hits hard. I love, like, philosophy and stuff. I'm going to do more stuff on philosophy because, you know, it's been such a help in my life, especially Stoicism. And just dealing with negative people, you know, like Marcus Aurelius said, when you wake up, you're going to encounter people that are rude, that are negative Nancy's, that are naysayers. You know, you need to not hate these people, but just accept them as brethren. And I'm not going to say pity them, but, you know, accept that maybe they haven't realized that there's a bigger picture. Maybe they're stuck in these negative thinking patterns that they've been taught their whole life. Because, you know, if grandma taught like this and mom thinks like this, well, what do you think is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? So you just have to break the curse, man. In the Bible, it says 3 generations of curses. So if you're going through it, man, I really hope that, you know, you got to believe that this is the last fucking generation and we're getting out of this hole, right? So that's it, man. I hope this video helps someone in some way. Guys, let me know how you're liking the direction of the channel. If you missed the SP404 and modular videos, I have 2 new channels, SP404 Girl and Modular Girl. So still making music, still going hard, just trying to help a few artists along the way. Peace.